You're listening to Silk, the podcast dedicated to celebrating queer joy through pop culture, the gay agenda, and cutting up. It's like therapy, but cunt.
Like, you put a
Counting
timer
down.
in front of my face, I'm pressed.
Everything in my brain. Yep, it's gone. Empty.
No more thoughts. They're out the window. I can't think of anything.
Brain smooth.
Hello, hello. Thank you all for listening to Silk, the podcast. I'm Tisha.
And I'm Cody.
And today we have our very first special guest, a part of the Sphussy Network, our one and only deep diving Gorgina extraordinaire, Miss Hannah Neuman.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. She just started hosting or co-hosting with Tisha a brand new podcast that came out this week called Best Teas. The cover art is very cute, and it is a very cute, it's a very cute weekly deep dive pop culture kind of moment. So we love it. We're so glad you're here, and we're so honored that you are our first special guest.
Hi guys, I'm Hannah. So I started off in the high fashion New York City magazine scene. I was working with some celebrities there, moved home, quit my job at Bon Appetit because
was that
well,
good?
I think anyone that's been paying attention to the news knows what happened with Bon Appetit. Quit my job, moved home, became a full-time content creator, kind of talking about all of the celebrities that I had firsthand experience with. Also, I have to do it because I didn't get to, but Silk! Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's
okay,
so
that's
fun.
a thing. That's a
Yeah,
bit.
that's a
Every
thing.
time someone
That's a
comes on the
thing.
show, they have to do
Yeah.
Silk.
Thank you. You can give the credit to my FOMO.
Producer credit right there. Producer
Yes,
Hannah.
Truly. Hannah watched
Fair.
that Kris Jenner masterclass and she said, okay, let me get my percentage in this. Okay. Let's go, girls.
Let's go, girls.
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of let's go, girls, one thing that we always start the episode with, Hannah, is how'd you sleep?
Yeah, Hannah, how'd you sleep?
Girl, me personally,
Yes, you personally.
it could have been better. Could have been better for me.
Oh.
Why?
I have to tell you, this is so niche. It'll find its audience. But so I have so many piercings in my ears that I sleep on like a donut. Sometimes they give them to like people that have like colonoscopies or like some kind of surgery, or you like break your tailbone. They give you this like donut to sit on.
My mom had one.
I sleep on one of those to put my ear, but it's that last night, I had a little kink. I had a kink from it. Woke up feeling a little stiff, a little sore.
Sorry you slept with the stiff and not the one that you would have preferred. That's unfortunate. The things we do for beauty,
that.
you know?
My mom was launched off of a horse into the air, broke her butt. This was like as an adult. So she had one of those pillows.
See? Well, if you ever decide to get so many piercings that you cannot lay down, you could repurpose it. Okay, reduce, reuse, recycle. See? That's environmentally friendly, if anything. But I grew up riding horses.
Got a decorated Seabiscuit riding bitch in the house. Yes.
Seabiscuit. So we call Toby. Toby Maguire.
We got a Seabiscuit lover in the house.
Oh, I love that. And I am sorry about
heard
the
of
kink in your
this.
neck.
Yes, truly, yes.
I similarly slept poorly and also have a kink in my neck, and it has been awful. It is just like a pain you can't escape, and it just like haunts you.
Yes.
How about you, Tisha? How'd you sleep?
I hate to say it to people. I don't want to sound insensitive, but I slept really good. I did.
Okay.
I think because this weekend I didn't get a lot of sleep, that last night after rehearsal and being with friends, when I came home, I was just like, good night. I need to hook you guys up with my pillow. It's a pillow
editors
for side sleepers. This is not an ad. This is not an ad. But
not yet.
Girl, Not yet. If PillowCube wants to sponsor me, it would literally change my life because I'm not even kidding. For side sleepers, it's a complete game changer. I've had a lot of back issues this year. Like I pulled something in my lower back and I've been messed up, and I got this pillow and whole new world.
Okay, Ariel.
That's Jasmine, you dumb bitch.
Oh fuck! Cut that! Cut that! I can't be
Oh
seen
my
doing
god!
that. I'm not a Disney gay. I may be gay, but I'm not a Disney gay.
Speaking of fucking it up, let's talk about who's been fucking it up this week, okay? And who's serving? Who's serving this week? I mean, again, I think with the end of the year coming to a close, 2023, news has been pretty slow this week. Something that Hannah and I did talk about on Best Tees was Beyonce and the Renaissance film Premiere. It's incredible. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. 10, 10, 10s across the board.
Man.
It is truly a love letter to queer culture and her fans. And it is...
Did you see it? It's in theaters, I'm assuming. Did you see it?
Yes, of course. I saw it the day before it came out. I was at the premiere. Okay,
premiere. Okay, premiere.
Yes. Another big slay from this week is Billie Eilish. You know, she just did an interview talking about how she likes men and women.
Yeah.
She's like, I thought everyone knew that. And even when I read it, because it's been such clickbait, like Billie Eilish saying she's queer,
Yeah.
Billie Eilish saying she's, and I'm like, y'all didn't know that? Y'all did not get the hints?
I was in that boat. Are you joking?
You and her both. You both were like, come on. The clues were there.
Yeah, she's like, y'all just figure this out. Leave me alone.
There's a video of her walking into the crowd, grabbing this fan's face and like pressing her forehead against the fan's forehead. I'm like, that's the most intimate thing I've ever seen posted on the internet. What do you mean you guys are surprised?
What do you mean? Like SNL did that amazing sketch the day Beyonce turned black when Formation came out and everyone's like, oh my God, she's black. Like, Billie been gay.
Yeah.
Billie been gay.
Absolutely.
Another slay of the week that made my heart so happy and filled me with so much joy is Macaulay Culkin, our king from the 90s, officially got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes, that's so cool. Deserved.
Shocking that he just now is getting it, right?
Right. You think that would be something that his mom would have taken him to when he was like 10 and been like, hey buddy, we're getting you your star on the Hollywood Walk. Like, that is shocking that he didn't have one before. And I saw Catherine O'Hara gave a little speech because she played his mom in the movie, and it's very cute. And people were shocked by what his speaking voice sounds like, which was interesting.
Yeah.
He's around still. It's not like he's not around. Isn't he dating Brenda Song or engaged to Brenda Song?
They're married. They have children.
Married.
Like, they're together. Yeah. Yes.
London Tipton. The London Tipton connection of it all.
Don't you pay for those stars, though?
Do they?
There's fees associated.
Oh, I see. But do you still have to be, like, nominated or, like, get, like, awarded it?
There is a condition, though, that they do have to pay. There is, like, a fee. Like, I think I don't think you can buy one, because then anybody would buy one. But I think if you're offered one or they want to do it, there has to be some kind of, like, you're agreeing to this amount or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like they gave them to them. But we're really happy that our childhood king finally is getting his flowers while he's still here. And with that being said, we're going to move on to one of my favorite segments of ours, Baby Yes. Baby Yes is what culture that is around now that you wish you had as a baby queer. And this week, Cody, what do you wish you had for little Cody?
Okay, I'm very excited for this one. My Baby Yes is the one and only artist known as Phoebe Fucking Bridgers. And
Whoa.
I believe that was her Twitter handle or her Instagram for a while was Phoebe Fucking Bridgers. And this one is big for me because Phoebe is like my artist. When we were on the show, we are family. They kept asking, what is your pop culture person? And she was my person for a pop culture perspective. And I have loved her music for such a long time. I feel like I'm a Pharb, like down, like the Pharbz, her fan army, the Pharbz. I don't actually think that was the official title, but I still love it. The Pharbz. I'm pretty sure I like voted in Reddit polls, like, should this be our official fan name as Phoebe fans?
You were like,
But,
Pharbz
like,
soldier returning for duty. Protect and
absolutely.
serve Phoebe at all costs.
The reason she falls under Baby Yes is because Phoebe does identify as queer, which is really cool. I think because she makes like indie rock, folky rock, very like singer-songwritery. She kind of occupies a space that a lot of music critics love Phoebe, like rock and roll dudes kind of love Phoebe. So she's taking up space in that world, which for me personally as a musician, being in that world growing up was not the most representative of queer people. So seeing Phoebe just being queer and existing in that space is really cool. I messaged you all because I was running around my house before this started being like, I have to get together everything that I have for Phoebe. I have so much shit. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Buckle in. I'm going to start with right behind me.
Literally.
These pictures, an artist puts ghosts over top of the people in the picture. Her name is Angela Dean, and she did the artwork for Phoebe's first album. So Phoebe had like found her and then started promoting her as an artist, and I bought some prints. I have another one over there. So I have those. Love that. Okay. I want to preface this by saying it is so hard to be emo and have dogs and wear all black because they shed so much. Like I have dog hair all over me. But
he said it's so hard to be emo.
It's so hard to be emo. Yes.
Everything's covered in hair.
It's so hard. I was like, where is my lint roller?
That's the queer emo right there. I have to put all black, but it's covered in pet hair. Rawr.
No, seriously, because I have this on and I love this sweater. It says fuck Phoebe Bridgers. Everyone's like, why do you hate her? And I'm like, no, fuck her in like the good way. Like, fuck Phoebe Bridgers. This is her merch. We love her. So I have that. The fun doesn't stop there. I'm wearing my Phoebe Bridgers skeleton pants. They're sweats that say Phoebe Bridgers on the butt.
Oh my god, so cute. I would actually wear the fuck out of that whole fit.
So cute. So I have my cozy Phoebe outfit. Okay. Yeah. I have a Phoebe poster over there. There she is. My girl above our spare bedroom. That poster up there. That is my Better Oblivion Community Center poster that I got limited edition at their concert, which is her band with Connor Oberst. We got more.
Oh, wow. Oh, girl.
The fun doesn't stop. I am going to cut this all together. Phoebe, I hope you see this. This is my beach ball from the Better Oblivion Community Center concert. They threw these into the audience, and I know because I was on Reddit that it was signed by Phoebe and Connor Oberst, and it says like cute things, so I ran and grabbed it and pushed people out of the way to get it. And then
I mean, the fact that you have that and it's still intact is so impressive. I went to a show with one of my friends, and it was Simple Plan and Newfound Glory and Sum 41. Talk about emo, pop punk. She's obsessed with Simple Plan, and they were throwing out beach balls, and Pierre, the lead singer, signed it. And the way she had to fight for this beach ball, and it bust, it rips, but she still has it, and she has it framed. But the fact that you still have the ball intact, it's very impressive.
Original air. I know. It's a good beach ball, high quality. I also have my Phoebe record collection starting. So there's the first one.
Love it.
The album with Connor, Better Oblivion Community Center. He is not my favorite person, but I do love that album.
Yeah.
The second album, Punisher. We got to talk about that.
Punisher.
Okay, so this one is the Copycat Killer version of Punisher. It's just 4 songs that she does with the violinist or like the string instrument player on all of her albums, Rob Moose. It's just her and him, and it's just 4 songs. One time I went and saw Phoebe and I actually didn't realize I already had this. So I did buy another copy. I gave it to my friend. But like while I was listening, I was like, I think I already have this and I've already bought it and it's in my hands. But it went to a good home. Also, the version of Chinese Satellite is going to be played at my wedding. And then this is the Boy Genius record, which is up for Album of the Year at the Grammys this year. And they're going to win. So that's all my Phoebe merch, all my Phoebe paraphernalia. But the fun doesn't stop. I do have a Phoebe Bridgers tattoo right here.
For people that are only listening, he is pointing to his forearm.
Inspired by I Buried the Hatchet. It's Coming Up Lavender. Yeah, and now we're stripping.
And now he's getting naked.
Oh no!
This is good content.
This is yeah.
If you're not watching
for the Patreon, honey.
No, don't cut this out. This is the meat.
Oh.
If you're not watching on YouTube, I mean, come on.
It's getting explicit up in here.
This is my Boy Genius shirt that I got for the gays. This was their Pride shirt. It cost extra because it was Pride, the gay tax, but not actually. They were just donating the proceeds to an organization. But of course, my joke was that I have to pay extra because I'm gay. So there's that. And then I have the Phoebe ghost right there.
I love it.
Holding up a sign that says the end is near. So obviously like the ghosts were the vibe from the first album. And then the end is near, or that song, I Know the End, was the climax of Punisher. I remember exactly where I was when I heard her music for the first time. It was driving to Vermont to go skiing with my partner in like 2016 or 2017. And I love her.
I love that.
And she is responsible for, in many ways, helping us name the podcast, because she signed Muna to her imprint on her record label and helped them continue their career. I mean, making the most important queer album ever. So yeah, we love them. We love her. That's my baby, yes.
I love that. That's so cute. You know, I love Phoebe. Definitely not as much as Cody does. But
no one does.
No one does, period. Phoebe, if you are listening, your number one ride or die fan is co-host of Silk, the podcast.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah.
I wish having her as a child would have been really cool, just to have another emo queer woman presence in my life. Because growing up, I mean, there was obviously, we grew up in like the pinnacle of emo pop punk music, you know, like it shaped who I am, but there wasn't, other than Hayley Williams really, and like, you know, Kim Gordon, there, you know, Kathleen Hanna, there were a few, but there, especially like sad girl emo, there wasn't a lot of that in the aughts and 90s. So I feel like having Phoebe as a child and just having like that, just her lyrics are so real, and seeing sometimes like listening to her music for the first time, I remember like vividly being like it's so specific, you know, like the way she describes feelings and emotions, it's so specific and it hits. And just having that as a queer child would have been really, really cool, you know, like she just means so much. Like her fans, what do you call yourselves? Pharbz?
The Pharbz, like the Barbs from Nicki Minaj, but the Pharbz PH.
I almost said Sphussy.
That's
I, like instinct. I knew it was something with a ph. I was like, Sphussy? The Sphussies?
Yeah, there's some PH going on for sure. The Sphussy Network.
Yes.
Like that's us. We're the Sphussies. The three of us are the Sphussies.
We are.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think one of the things that I really connect to on like the queer level about with Phoebe is that I feel like a lot of queer people that listen to indie rock, that listen to emo music, that listen to singer-songwriter stuff are just generally like very introspective and like to think. And while I think Phoebe's a great singer, I think her strongest point is her songwriting. Like you were talking about her lyrics.
1,000%.
If you are the kind of person that really wants to listen to a song and like, obviously I love her soundscape and the sounds of the instruments, But her lyrics are just like, they just like hit sometimes so hard.
Oh my
So
gosh, truly. Like
yeah,
even in Silk, I'm high and I'm feeling anxious inside of
yeah.
this CVS.
Come on, come on. Been there, been
Been
there.
there. Been there. Trying to pick out the
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry's that I'm like, does the cashier know I'm high as fuck?
Does anybody know? Everybody
Does
knows.
anyone
Does anybody know?
Like imagine having that as a child. I would have been like, I am not alone in this battle with anxiety that I'm currently facing in my
Yeah.
adolescent queer life, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think something cool about Phoebe is that she also, while she makes great music, she's been nominated for Grammys. Boy Genius, her band with Julian Baker and Lucy Dacus, has been nominated for Grammys this year. She's also kind of just like in the discourse. She is a bit of a pop culture kind of moment. Like people that don't know
Yes.
people
Yes.
that don't know indie rock and don't listen are starting to know who Phoebe Bridgers is because of the celebrity of it all, because of the drama of it all. And
Yeah.
the Phoebe Bridgers experience has everything. Twists and turns and
That's
drama.
actually so true because it's like her music in itself is an artistry amazing weave. Like it's a web that she's woven so beautifully. Like her record label, like
Yeah.
she's that girl in the industry. Like truly,
Yeah.
there's no one like her out there in music
Mm-mm.
right now. Period. On her level, but also in her personal life, there's been a lot of stuff too that has definitely gotten her some more attention with her love
Yeah.
life too. I mean,
Yeah.
truly, Phoebe, we love her. And yes, we do wish we had her as a little baby. And if you guys love Phoebe, you're definitely gonna want to listen to Besties, hosted by Hannah and yours truly. We are going to be doing a nice deep dive on Miss Bridgers herself. Hannah. So Hannah is here with us today, and Hannah,
Yes.
like I mentioned earlier, is the queen of deep dives. So stay tuned for that coming at you very soon.
All right, everyone. So for our last segment, we're going to start talking about our Arnar of the week. And I have, in fact, mastered how to say Arnar, and I'm very proud of the fact. So
I'm so proud
I
of
will
you.
be saying Arnar, Arnar, Arnar.
Arnar,
She can do it.
Arnar.
Arnar, Arnar. This is the part of the podcast where we take some time to kind of rant about what in pop culture is giving us the ick. It is the opposite of what we are living for. It is the thing that is making our skin crawl. I am going to hand this over to Tisha and Hannah because I am deeply afraid of what we are about to discuss. It's a lot. I don't know much about it, and that has been a deliberate choice to protect myself because I know this is not for me. I am not the audience. I'm willing to put myself out there and learn about this topic. So,
You know, I was actually like that too. I have been trying to keep this off my algorithm, but it has not been I have not been able to escape it at all. My Arnar for this week is Mr. Matt Rife. Now, like I said, I have truly boo tomatoes.
Yeah.
I have been avoiding him like the plague since he has been blowing up, and now it's at the forefront. It's everywhere, and it's getting on my damn nerves. So my Arnar of this week is the mediocre TikTok rise and the flop Tina Netflix fall of Matt Rife. I mean, I don't even know. There's just so much to this. He's mainly known for his glow up. So he was a featured player on Wilds and Out. And when that was a thing, he was doing comedy on there. And apparently he used to like not be as cute. He had really fucked up teeth. And then after a while, like, I guess he got some of that MTV money, that Nick Cannon money, and he fixed his grill, and he also got some work done, the filler some filler, some plastic
he's a
surgery.
filler queen.
He is
He's a
the
filler
queen.
queen.
Yes, from what I've heard. Sorry.
Which we love and support.
Yeah, like we're not upset about if you're gonna be a filler queen.
The filler.
That's fine, but just
fill
own
it up.
it.
Fill it up. Fill it up.
If you're gonna be a filler queen, fill it up and own said filler. You know, don't be like, oh, I just got new teeth and I started working out. No, girl, that's not the gym. That's not. I
started eating salad.
Girl, that's Polanski. That's Dr. Polanski.
That's science.
That's science. Okay. Like, who are we kidding? But one thing, he basically blew up on TikTok because of his crowd work. He would always post clips of him doing his stand-up shows and interacting with the audience. That was like his big thing on TikTok, was just him posting like his audience interactions. And then he got some work done. Allegedly. He has truly blown up. Like, he's one of the few comedians now. I think he sold out 72 shows in a matter of 2 hours, which for comedy, I mean, for anyone touring,
that's huge.
But like, for comedy, that's huge. So basically, he has gotten really hot, gotten it together. He's conventionally attractive, and his audience is predominantly women because he blew up on TikTok. Like, most of the people that he interacted with at his shows are women. Most of his fans are women, and it's a certain type of woman, like Christian autumn girl fall type of girly, like a Stanley Cup kind of girly who's like, I love Matt Rife.
The locals.
He fumbled his bag, and it's just so goofy because he has had such a loyal audience since he's been on TikTok, and these people selling out his shows are these women, right?
Wait, how did he fumble his bag?
So he fumbled his bag with his fans. Something that he did say, he's quoted on this, is one of the biggest misconceptions I get ridiculed online for are people always say, oh, he only has a female fan base in the beginning. Yes, because I blew up on TikTok, which is female dominated. I get that perspective. But when you come to the shows, I mean, it's 50-50. It's couples coming out, aka, and this is me saying, aka women bringing their boyfriends, groups of dudes, the gays, who are coming. And that's the one thing I wanted to tackle in this special, was showing people that despite what you think about me online, I don't pander my career to women. I would argue the special is way more for the guys. So this new Netflix special he has just came out recently. He opens the special with a DV, aka a domestic violence joke. He talks about how he talks about how his server had a black eye, and they were like, maybe we should put her in the back. Like, y'all should have her in the back cooking. And he says, well, if she knew how to cook, then she probably would have had that black eye. And then
we're not doing that in comedy.
Oh, is this a tester? Just taking the temperature, making sure you guys are cool. My thing is, like, I do comedy. I am a comedian in Chicago, performing at like some of the biggest, most well-known comedy theaters, like literally in the world. And I'm never gonna judge a comedian for making edgy jokes, right? But it wasn't a good joke. Like, if you're gonna go there, at least make the joke worth it. Especially in this culture, it's a little bit soft, but the joke wasn't even clever. You know what I mean? It wasn't funny, it wasn't clever, there was no punchline, it was just lazy. And it's like such an outdated joke, and it's been done so many times before, and it's like, I get what he was trying to achieve, but it just was really, really lazy to me. And the rest of the special wasn't that great either. So on top of that, like, I watched it, and so many people are used to his crowd work, you know, how he interacts with his guests, because he does create a environment where he interacts with them. Unlike a lot of comedians usually don't do that. And yes, I perform comedy, but I don't do stand-up. That is a whole nother beast of its own, and I respect anyone who has the balls to go out there and do it themselves, but at least let it be good, make it worthy of that. And I think a lot of the women who supported him on TikTok and his loyal fan base saw that. They were just so trigger happy because so many of them were like, he needs a Netflix special. He is so
Yeah.
funny. Why isn't he out here? And they were so trigger happy. And they saw that and they were just kind of like, oh, that's not
Yeah.
okay.
You're making a joke about us. Yeah.
Right, you're making a joke about the women, and I did not see the feminist,
No.
all the women, all the Matt Rife women, girlies falling out of love with him. That was not on my bingo card for 2023 at all. But
Right. Like
I think
he had them in a chokehold.
he had them in a chokehold. I am very curious what Hannah has to say about it too. Right.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to prove the point, like, I'm a man. Like, this is for the boys.
They don't need that. They don't need anything else.
No.
Right. Yeah. Oh my god. No. Oh my god. What are stiff socks? Is it what I think it is?
It's exactly what you think it is.
They made a podcast about that? What are straight men doing? Why are they doing that? That's not funny. That's not a joke. That's just cum.
It's just cum.
Right?
It's just cum.
That's
It's
not funny.
funny. And again,
The
no
fuck?
one is here to be the comedy police. It is okay
No.
to be edgy and a little cringe and push the envelope, but it's another thing to be lazy and just
And
not
not funny.
At least make it, put a punchline in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
seriously. Oh my God.
So he's going on these podcasts to be like, I'm a bro. Like, I want to be with the bros. I want the bros. I want the boys. The Saturdays are for the boys. Get out to the Matt Rife special at the O2 Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the reason why straight men don't mess with him is because he's not funny. Women mess with him because he was hot and he interacted with them at his shows. Straight men, they don't think he's funny.
I want men to like me. I just want men to think I'm cool.
It's giving internalized homophobia.
Yeah, that's gay as hell, Matt.
That's gay as hell, Matt.
Explain that.
Yeah.
Explain that. That sounds like a plan I would come up with to get the men into the seats. That sounds like that I came up with that plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine studying his brain in a lab and being like, this was his business plan. Like millions of dollars on the line, and he's like, right. It's just like, his business plan was to be fucked.
And like, he was never my cup of tea, but I will say the way he was approaching comedy, he was doing it his way. He was on TikTok. People have been blowing up from that. I know a lot of people personally who have literally started in comedy, posting bits on TikTok, have full-fledged careers. He was doing it the right way, and maybe he should just stick with that because it was okay. The little bits that I did see, it made me chuckle. It works. It got up $25 million. Like, you don't have to try to fit into the traditional comedian box. Like, try to get the bros to come to your shows. Like, obviously that's not working. And the jokes that you're telling are not funny in this special. So I think maybe this is just maybe a life lesson for Mr. Rife. Like, don't try to fit into a box that you think is going to work for you. What are we going to be saying in 6 months? And the girlies aren't buying his stuff and supporting him, and the dudes sure as hell aren't. Like, what are you going to be doing then?
No. And the gays are not going to be coming out because we support our girls. And if you're going to be rude to them, no. You don't even have to be homophobic. You be misogynistic. You be shit to a woman. We're not going there. We're not interested.
No.
Those are our girls. That's our community. Those are our allies.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Well, we talk about, like, as queer people, we are self-deprecating and we make jokes about our trauma, and it's funny. And like, you can joke about things. I make jokes about being gay that I say in front of straight people, and they're like,
clutching
you know what I mean? Like, I got in
Yeah.
trouble for saying the F slur on my I didn't get in trouble, but I had to delete tweets that I said the F slur to be on the Fox game show. I'm like, I'm allowed to say that. Like, that's funny. Like, I can say that. Like, why is there this, like, policing? I agree that you should not be a shithead, terrible person. Comedy, it can be therapeutic to be funny about trauma or funny about things that you've experienced. But
And isn't
that's
that
not
the
what he's doing.
difference? Right.
Yeah,
It's
that's not
the huge difference is that not only is he doing it on purpose, like fully being like, fuck women, because I don't respect you and I don't want your money or your respect. I want the money from the men and their validation. But he also is like fully punching down. It's
Yeah.
not his own trauma, or it's not, I have seen some dark humor that is just amazing and it's hilarious, but a lot of times it's somebody talking about their own experiences, and that's, it is therapeutic. But yeah, Matt is one of the most privileged people on this planet, and he's just kind of going for a punching down move to be more self-serving.
Yeah,
I don't even,
and I think it also,
I'm at this point just repeating myself.
I think it just comes down to intent also, especially being a comedian. I think that everything comes down to what's your intention with your joke? What are you trying to prove? What's the perspective? Like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't really care what other people's perspectives are of you. Like, that's not your responsibility how other people perceive you, right? But if you're going to deliver a domestic violence joke in your comedy special on Netflix, what is your intention with that? But to upset people. Like, you're not taking the temperature. You're not trying to gauge if people are too soft. That's malice intent.
Yeah.
Just to turn around and be soft to Matt Rife. Like, this man got on here saying, everybody is so soft. You guys can't take a joke. Bring back the good old days of comedy, and then literally can't take a joke. Like, that's right. In and of itself a joke. Like, that is literally laughable.
Literally.
If your irony is gonna be funnier than your whole special, you got a problem there, BB, and it's your talent.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof, rather.
Period.
Yeah. Just stick to what you know, Matt. Just
Rife,
stick to what you know.
Get it together, sweetheart.
Get it together, girl. Just stick to what you know.
Do something else.
Yeah. Keep working the crowds. Yeah. Like, that's your thing. That was different, innovative, worked for you, made you $25 million. Stick to it, girl. Get your soccer moms, get your girls, get your autumn girls, and they will ride for you. But who knows if you're going to get them back now. You done fucked up.
Did you say autumn girls?
Autumn girls.
Yes.
The girls in the peacoats.
The girls with the peacoats, drinking
the girls with the boots,
spice lattes, and the Stanley cups, and the Lululemon.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good Christian girl.
The
autumn.
strollers
Absolutely.
that take up the whole sidewalk.
Not them.
Divas.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? They are still defending him. Those autumn girls are in comment sections.
I'm sure.
Defending him till I'm a girl and I thought it was funny. Fucking congrats. He's not going to pick you, babe.
Those girls, too, need to be analyzed and figured out, and maybe go to therapy and maybe just figure out what's got them saying that, too, because that's a whole complex in and of itself.
Yes.
Ugh, girls, don't hate yourself. Nobody should hate themselves.
No one should hate themselves. Matt, you shouldn't hate yourself. Own it. If you're a comedian for the girlies, own that, okay?
Yes.
That's your truth. I bet it's because the people in the comedy scene, because stand-ups, again, a whole other beast. It's the boys club. And if he's this chiseled guy getting all this work done, allegedly, and his female fan base, I'm sure, allegedly, I'm sure the stand-ups that he's trying to join the circle with, he's idolized, I'm sure they are not fucking with that. But it's like, hey, you made $25 million, girl. Fuck them dudes.
Buy a boat.
That's true.
If you bought a boat, you'd probably be happier, Matt. Just go on your boat for like a little bit, and then I don't know, just maybe listen to Silk, the podcast, because then you'd have a better perspective on things, because we want to celebrate your joy, or the joy of that could come from a male comedian making comedy for the girls. Like, do it. Like, be a hot person and make funny stuff for the girls. Like, that sounds great. Like, you don't
He
have
could
to
have
hate
leaned
yourself.
into it. Absolutely.
He
Yeah.
could have
Yes.
leaned into it. That was an
Yes.
untouched market. Name one sexy as hell stand up.
For the girl.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's not one. There's not
Exactly.
one. You said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I have this great market. Let's close it. Let's
Right.
go over here to the boys club that like, oh, yeah.
Some people would say that Pete Davidson is hot, but he would
Some
lean
people.
into it more versus, you know what I mean? Like, he totally made fun of himself with the whole Kim
Yeah.
thing and the Kanye
Yeah.
thing. He leaned into it. It's better to do that versus when you shit on. I mean, it's literally biting the hand that feeds you, shitting where you
Yeah.
eat.
Don't do it.
He flopped
stupid.
Tina, fumbled the bag. Get it together, Max.
Period.
You're
Period.
our nar for this week.
Yeah.
Or nor.
All right. Arnor. Well, thank you, Hannah, for coming on to our little gay podcast called Silk. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. So fun.
I can't wait to deep dive into Phoebe more on besties with you all in the near future.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So for all the listeners, Cody is coming on to Besties. He's going to be our guest. And that's going to be a fun one. Cody being a Phoebe Bridgers expert himself, you're getting a little bit of a double deep dive there from two different sides. So
Yeah.
come check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for how unhinged that one's going to get.
Yeah, and seriously, check out their podcast because they be diving deep, they be cutting up, and Tisha be gagging with what Hannah has for her every Monday. So make sure you check it out because at the Sphussy Network, we are family.
Oh, 8.
How dare
Eight.
At
you?
the Sphussy Network, we are family.
8. Eight.
That's
Oh my
going to
God,
be
that
what
was
we
good.
get sued over. Are you joking? They're going to be
Oh
like,
yeah, the
trademarked.
lawyers. They're not doing that. Next week, talking again about, all the gay shit that you know and love for us. So make sure you tune in. We have some more guests in the pipeline, some more exciting things. We are working with the lawyers now, figuring out how to get us across the pond to London. We are going to have some more details on that soon for the 2% of our listeners that are based in the UK. We are coming soon. The plans are in the works.
Babes. We're coming for you,
We're
babes.
You all right, babes? We're on our way, babes.
We're coming for you, babes. Thank you for listening. I'm Tisha. You can follow me on all socials under Struggle Queen with 3 E's because she's a queen.
And I'm Cody Latimer. You can follow me on all socials at CLats. And Hannah?
And I'm Hannah.
Where are you at, girl?
Oh, girl. I'm right here. I am at...
Girl, where you at?
I'm at Hannah L. Neuman on Instagram and at unluckyp1ckle on TikTok.
We'll see you next week. Make sure you all rate and review us on Spotify. Follow along again every Wednesday. Bye, angels.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.